up, everybody, and welcome to the Casual Wrestling Community Show. I am your host, the Notorious Nerdy D, and I am joined tonight by the co-host of this show, Level Up, Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
Tonight, I am about to break down pro wrestling for all the true casual fans. So whether you're listening on podcast networks or watching on YouTube, make sure to like and leave us a comment on this week's episode. Before we get into this week's news, a little bit of housekeeping. The CWC draft is officially scheduled for this Sunday. This Sunday at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. That's short notice, but you should have got an email if you're signed up.
I did.
So everybody else should have got the email. There's 13 teams. Like I said, everybody would jump on the opportunity, and then when it came time to putting their names in, there was 13 faithful who came through. So League One will be 13 teams, and we'll do it. We're going to have fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll draft Sunday, 7 p.m. United States Central Time.
All right.
The draft, it's 1 minute a pick. It'll go by extremely fast. We'll get that done, and then we'll get started. I didn't want to do it before Extreme Rules because I always feel like it's not fair to start at a pay-per-view, because if you get one of the people, everybody will just draft everybody that's on the pay-per-view and accumulate a bunch of early points. So we'll do it the day following. You'll know a little more. Might know who the White Rabbit is.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to make our picks based on that. So the draft is this Sunday. It will start the league.
I'm excited.
There are some changes coming to the channel, to the Casual Wrestling channel. If you've noticed, some of the branding has changed. I'm trying to clean everything up. It's becoming a business. It's becoming a little more professional. It's tightening everything up, and it's the reason we're recording a day late, was just trying to get everything figured out for the future here. But a couple changes coming to the channel, and I don't want to take a long time on the podcast to talk about this, but I do want to just at least give a heads up to kind of what will be happening. So I will do a State of the Union kind of State of the Channel video in the next week that will explain the changes in more detail. But quickly, this show will not change. This show will be this show. We're going to figure out the exact day that we're going to do this show and post this show, and this show will solidify its spot. But along with this show, I am going to start doing a 1 hour casual wrestling daily news show where I just go down, break down the news. It's going to be Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Central United States time. For 1 hour, I will go over the daily news of wrestling. So that will happen. This show will still cover the big topics of wrestling.
Yeah. That
show will cover all of the little shit that I see that I'd like to talk about, but I just can't squeeze into 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it gives me an opportunity, and that will be live. So there will be it'll be live on YouTube. There will be YouTube chat involved with that. Mm-hmm. So if people pop in, I will respond and talk back. But that show will be just me. You have other things you have to do. I'm committing to 1 hour a day to doing that.
Awesome.
But like I said, this show will not change. This will be me and you. This will be 1 hour every week. We're going to tighten it up. It won't be as much news as it has been. It'll just be us hitting on the bigger news stories.
Yeah.
It gives us a chance here to cherry pick the things we want to talk about and not feel like, oh, that's a real big story. We have to talk about it.
Or we can't.
I will have already got my opinion out, and then we'll be able to get more of you'll be able to talk a little more because I will have already kind of put my thoughts out into the world.
Yes, sir.
The other new show that I'm going to be doing I'm going to do it once a week, is WWE in Review. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to watch one match, an old match, every week, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it, kind of talk about where I was in my life when I was watching it and just kind of what was going on. And then I'm going to create a definitive Notorious Nerdy D list of my favorite wrestling matches. Okay. And it'll probably start out the first couple weeks with matches that I think are my favorite. So I'm starting right off the bat with 2011 CM Punk, John Cena, Money in the Bank. It's one of my favorite matches of all time. But then I'm going to rely heavily on people who listen to start sending me down roads that I haven't been down. You had mentioned you wanted to watch a match from a Bash at the Beach.
Yes.
I've never watched a Bash at the Beach.
Me neither.
So it would be fun to start having people throw out matches. Now, like I said, first 3 or 4 weeks are probably going to be me selecting and banking up some episodes.
Yeah.
So that way I'm able to hit that schedule every week. But then I am going to rely heavily on people.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even know like what bash of the whatever.
It was, I mean, I believe it was outdoor. It was at the beach.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing
performed
it
on the beach.
on Hulk Hogan when we watched the documentary or whatever on him.
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan?
Everybody's gonna attack me.
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan.
Okay.
All right, let's get into some news. Big story this week is the AEW fight backstage. This doesn't come from a specific article. I just got this popped up on my Facebook timeline, and this is an image from Pro Wrestling World's Facebook, and it's kind of a timeline of the events that happened. But if you don't know, Sami Zayn and Andrade got into a physical altercation behind the scenes, another fucking fight basically at AEW. And here's the timeline. So both Sammy Guevara, did I say Sami Zayn? I might have said
Sami Zayn. You threw me off for a minute.
Guevara. Both Sammy and Andrade were talked to before the show. They both agreed there would be no physical altercations, no fighting. Tell both these guys that, right? Andrade was explicitly told that even if he does get into a fight, you're not going to get fired. We're not going to fire you.
Okay.
All right, here we go, Tony. This is a bad position to put yourself in. It is said that there was extra security present at the AEW tapings. Andrade waited on Sammy. He either sucker punched Sammy or spun him around and attacked him. I mean, that's the two-way fight start there.
Yeah.
He got 2 to 3 good punches in, then he was sent home. Sammy Guevara did not return any physical activity, which is why he was allowed to remain at the tapings. So let's break this down. Let's start from Andrade's point of view. You got your boss by the balls. This, I mean, as an employee of a company, this is the holy grail of situations. When you go, I'm fucking ready to go. I'm ready to leave. I don't want to be here anymore, right? And your boss goes, yeah, no matter what you do, we're not letting you leave. Well, that's a fucking free pass to do anything you want to do. And I don't understand this because Andrade's, I like him. Nothing wrong with him. Good wrestler. I think there's potential there, but he's right at this point in time, he's not a needle mover. He didn't move the needle in AEW. And he didn't move the needle in WWE. So what is Tony Khan doing holding on to this asset? You're inserting a cancer into your company when you do this. Other than competitive advantage, what is the purpose of keeping a guy who you literally knew? Because if you had these talks, you knew this was his plan from the beginning. You know he's going to look for ways to get fired. What is the purpose of keeping this guy around? What are you doing? And allowing him to show up to TV tapings? What is Tony Khan doing? And what this does, this doubles down on what I said for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Tony Khan has zero respect in his locker room, and you're not doing anything to gain back that respect.
Yeah.
If you want respect, and I'm not for or against Andrade, you signed a contract, you show up, you be fucking professional. That's the way I ultimately feel about all this shit. I get you want to leave, you're not happy, you're not being used, but you signed the fucking contract, you got to show up and be professional. But if I'm Tony Khan, I go, get the fuck out of here. We don't have a place in our company for this bullshit. We just got done with a bunch of guys who were doing this shit, and here we go. It's more fighting in the back. That seems to be the MO for fucking AEW right now, is just fighting in the back. Tony Khan has to be careful at this point. You are creating culture, and I don't think that is underappreciated in wrestling, is culture. In professional sports, especially in football and basketball and soccer, there is locker room culture. It is, if you have never played a sport, you don't fucking understand it. You can put the 10 best athletes in a room together, and if they don't get along, they will not win. It is culture. You could put 9 great athletes in a locker room and one that is cancerous, and they're probably not going to win. The locker room culture is a very important part of any sport. And while wrestling is kind of a production and it's more of a soap opera, it's still a sport. These guys are all on one team. The way I look at it is the company you work for is your team.
Yeah.
And if you don't get along in the back, it's going to come through when you go out to the ring. So Tony Khan has to be careful about the culture that he's creating within his company, right? When you get CM Punk, a guy who we say he can move the needle, people pay attention. But if he's a locker room problem, I don't know if he is or isn't, but if he is, you got to get rid of him, right? And it's no different with the Elite. If the Elite are a locker room problem and now Tony Khan's going, all right, like the suspensions are kind of winding down, you have to be careful about bringing them back, because when you bring them back, that sends a message to, first off, the guys like Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley who show up on a weekly basis and fucking just do their job. They're not politicking.
Yeah.
They're not the fucking mean girls. They're just doing their job. It sends a message to those guys. Oh, we're not here to win. We're here to have fun. That's what it feels like with the Elite. The Elite, it feels like we're not here to win. We're here to have fun. So bringing back the Elite will just be another sign to this locker room that this mean girl mentality is tolerated and there is no corporate protection or no corporate structure. You can hate on WWE all you want and say it's a machine and they don't give people freedom and they write the promos and they control every aspect of wrestling. But fucking people are these grown men are children. That's what it boils down to, right? It's no different than going to an elementary school. The fucking Elite are children. And if you let children be bullies and be mean girls, that's what the fuck they're gonna do. So there has to be a boss. And WWE does that better than AEW. They create a culture where you just can't be a dickhead. And if you are a dickhead, there is going to be punishment. AEW right now is a fucking mess of a company that has solid wrestlers, but has zero leadership. And that's a problem. Your leadership cannot be the people who are currently wrestling in the ring. It doesn't work like that. It never will work like that. Chris Jericho can't be the smartest guy in your company.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson can't be one of the smartest people in your company. You have to have people in authoritative positions, and it's not the Young Bucks. And it's not Kenny Omega. Those guys can't be in control. They have proven that they are fucking children. Now let's talk about this from Sammy Guevara's point of view, right? Mm-hmm. This is the second fucking person who's just basically slapped the shit out of this man. So obviously he has some kind of antagonistic nature to him that people around there don't like. Now, I'm not a big Eddie Kingston guy, but Eddie Kingston didn't like Sammy Guevara. Yeah. Eddie Kingston doesn't like anybody, to be fair, but he didn't like Sammy Guevara. Now you have Andrade, who doesn't like Sammy Guevara. What it looks like at this point is Sammy Guevara is the type of person who has aligned himself as the favorite child of Tony Khan. Mm-hmm. He's the golden boy, right? For some reason, Tony Khan has this love, and it's okay. I got no problem, right? When you build a company, when you build a team, you choose the horses.
Yeah.
And you choose those horses you're going to get behind, and you get behind those horses. So I have no problem with this, but somehow Sammy Guevara has made himself into a prized horse that his skills don't match up to. His size and skills don't match up. His return on investment is not what they treat him like in AEW. And so for some reason, Tony Khan and Chris Jericho have taken a liking to Sammy Guevara. I don't know what it is, but they do. But at this point, does it not feel there is no captain of the ship in AEW? I keep going back to this, right? If you look at, like, use a boat analogy, you got to have a captain. You got to have the guy who's willing to go down with the boat, who's steering the ship. Tony Khan feels like a cruise ship captain. He feels like he don't want to drive the boat. He don't want to do any of the real hard shit. He wants to go around and shake all the fans' hands. He wants to go around and shake all the wrestlers. He wants to fucking rub elbows and be buddy-buddy. I don't think that Tony Khan really wants to run the company. Tony Khan needs to find some asshole to run it. Hey, man, Tony, I'm available. Call me. I'll be the asshole who will run your company and do it correctly. And you can go fucking take all the credit for it and rub elbows and be best friends. Yeah. Because that's what he wants. I don't want friends. I don't need friends. I like success. Tony is the kid with too many fucking toys. I've seen now other people use this analogy, and I believe I was one of the first to use it. Yep. The toy box. Tony has a toy box. Tony is a kid with a bunch of toys. And right now, this is transition from Tony wanting all the new shiny toys to now Tony is the kid. He's got too many toys in his room. He's now, he was the spoiled brat. He went and bought every shiny new toy, and now his parents have come into the room and they're going, Tony, you can't, you have so many toys, you don't know what toys to play with. And he's that spoiled fucking kid. He didn't want to have a garage sale. He didn't want to donate his toys. He wants to go, well, I'm just going to keep that toy in a fucking dark closet and not let that one play. The problem is with Tony Khan's toys, they have testosterone. And they're not going to sit around and wait. Andrade's not waiting 3 fucking years to get out of his contract. Yeah. Andrade's going to start slapping the shit out of people. Mm-hmm. He's going to figure out a way to get out of this fucking contract. So this is the fucking problem, right? This is going to continue to happen until Tony Khan sits down and admits defeat. He has to admit at some point, I tried this, it didn't work. I tried bringing in a bunch of different talented wrestlers and the culture got fucked up. So I have to get rid of, quote unquote, and I'm not saying Andrade's a cancer, but some things are just cancerous to your company. If you're going to hitch a wagon to Sammy Guevara, if you're going to hitch a wagon to the Elites, if you're going to hitch a wagon to Kenny Omega, you're going to have to trim the roster. And you're going to have to get rid of the people who don't have the same viewpoints as you.
Yes.
And this isn't exclusive to AEW. They're just the flavor right now that's doing it. Vince McMahon was just as guilty of hiring wrestlers so that other companies couldn't have them. This is not mutual. I mean, this is not exclusive to AEW. This is just Tony Khan is now feeling the effects of, like, you can talk shit about a company until you're put into that position and you have to realize, oh, there are real personalities inside this thing. And it's the delusions of Tony Khan that are causing the nightmares inside of AEW. This delusion that everybody was going to stay happy, that everybody can write their own promos, that everybody can fucking script their own matches, and that some guys are just going to be happy fucking not getting put over. I had a conversation with someone online, someone who was commenting on a video, and they had the exact same train of thought to me. WWE feels like when two guys cut a promo on each other, they're both trying to get over, right? One guy I use the Alpha Academy, right? Alpha Academy kind of gets shit on. They're kind of being jobbed out, but they're still likable. They're still done and created in a way that makes them good bad guys. In AEW, it always feels like the one guy is attempting to just fucking end the other guy's career so that the internet will talk about, oh, so-and-so buried so-and-so and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because you can only do that so many times before you have this gap between the good guys or the main event talent and all the guys that are like, I'm tired of being shit on.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. You can't do that forever. Mm-hmm. Second story is, this comes straight from WWE.com, and I'm going to read a little bit of this article, but WWE has announced that they are updating the announcer teams for SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. So here's the article straight from WWE.com. Today, WWE announced that Raw, SmackDown, and NXT and premium live events will have an updated announce booth starting with this week's season premieres. That is tonight. The news was first reported by Variety on Thursday afternoon. Weird that Variety gets fucking like exclusives and first.
That is weird.
First rights to wrestling stories.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, they're trying to reach different audiences, but fuck them. All right, so here's basically the breakdown of what's happening. So, on Friday Night SmackDown, we're gonna get a commentary table headed by Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. I had this thought, which is funny, never spoke it out loud, but I had this thought when Pat McAfee left. So I think, who could fill that spot? And Wade Barrett was the guy that I thought was the best fit. He has the most Pat McAfee mind of anybody who was already kind of polished enough to be an announcer. So I think that they have solidified the SmackDown table back to being the A table. I think Wade Barrett was ready for the call up. Wade Barrett's good on a microphone. Wade Barrett has enough wrestling insight, but enough personality that booth, Michael Cole, the fucking legend, Wade Barrett, they're perfect. In the back, we get Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin will be the ring announcer, and then interviews will be conducted by Kayla Braxton and Megan Moran. So no change there.
Yeah.
That's the two that we're used to seeing in the back. So SmackDown's good. That's good. I don't think it's hard for Corey Graves to run double duty. I get it. That's almost impossible. The travel has to be killer.
Yeah.
And awesome for him. Thank you, Corey, for filling in for the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I think this was the absolute right decision. So then Monday Night Raw, we got a little bit of a shakeup here. On Monday Night Raw, we're getting Corey Graves still on the booth. Lots of people dislike Corey Graves. I don't know if it's just his brand of humor resonates well with me, but I love Corey Graves. I think that he is entertaining. I like the wittiness. I like the shit talk and his ability to kind of weave himself into some stories and create a little bit of tension between him and other wrestlers. I like that. It's fun for me. So I'm happy that Corey Graves is still going to be a part of Monday Night Raw. And then we're getting Kevin Patrick, who we've seen in the back, is now going to be our play-by-play guy. I think this is a little bit of a test. I don't think this is our guy. We're going to roll with him. Yeah, I think this is here's your opportunity, buddy. And I hope he goes out and fucking kills it, because nothing better than good commentary on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So this is exciting. We're going to move Byron Saxton to the back. Nothing against Byron, but he annoys me. He's a little whiny, and I know that's kind of the character he's playing, but that bickering and shit, it kind of it had worn its welcome with me. And so I'm glad that he's got something else he can be doing. He'll be good in the back doing interviews.
Yeah.
Also in the back, it looks like we're going to get Kathy Kelly back. She left for a little bit, and she'll be coming back. You'll recognize her.
I don't know the name, but I'm probably
you will recognize her. She's a darker haired girl. She was always really good. So cool. That's kind of solidified again. And then Mike Rome will continue to announce from the ring. All those ring announcers have the fucking same broadcasting great voice. Yeah. So I'm not shitting on them. I don't notice the difference when those people are there. Me neither. On NXT, we're getting Vic Joseph. Will be assisted by Booker T. I don't watch enough NXT for any of this to really affect me. Booker T's entertaining as fuck. So cool. I'm good with that. Booker T, as long as he's paying attention to what's going on, he'll be amazing. Alicia Taylor will still provide her exceptional voice at ring announcing. Cool. And Mackenzie Mitchell will once again be conducting interviews. I don't know who that is, but awesome.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. They seem to have that under control. Here's where it gets interesting. All premium live events will be Michael Cole and Corey Graves.
I like that.
I love it. I'm so fucking tired of them switching out the announcers throughout the night.
Exactly. I never know who the fuck is going to come next.
Also, just put the two best guys out there.
Yeah.
These are the two OGs. You have Corey, who will be following all the Raw stuff. You have Michael Cole, who's following all the SmackDown stuff. They're both professional enough that they're keeping up with everything that's going on anyway. Yeah.
And they work well together.
And then guess what you can do?
You can
slide in a third chair whenever you want, right? So this says Pat McAfee will be returning after his commitment to College Game Day. Fuck yeah. I was wrong, and I'm so excited about that, right? There's times where I want to be wrong. I'm happy that they really feel like he's coming back. If they had the opportunity to kind of just quietly not say anything, and by saying he's coming back, he fits that SmackDown booth. He will sit right next to Wade Barrett and have no problem. A 3-man booth on SmackDown with Pat McAfee being able to be a fan.
Yes.
It will take a lot of pressure off of Pat McAfee. He doesn't have to be necessarily that second chair. He can just have fun and say crazy shit and go back to what made him special. So I'm all good with all of these changes. Unfortunately, we lose a couple people. I don't even remember the guy's name. The bald guy from Monday Night Raw is gone. There was someone else that was gone. And nothing against those guys, but
I always call him Joe Rogan Jr.
Joe Rogan Jr. They're gone. Yeah. It sucks for anybody to lose their job or to have to leave their job and figure out something else, but I'm sure they'll all land on their feet.
Yeah, for sure.
Last story of the day here it comes from Manik Aftab at ringsidenews.com. And this is an article I came across where Cody Rhodes has finally got tired of the shit. And by shit, I think it's the Young Bucks and Chris Jericho kind of claiming that they started AEW. And I've taken a lot of shit for this because I've given Cody Rhodes a lot of credit for being one of the founding fathers of AEW. And I always get pushback that it's the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks started it. Let me read this article. Cody Rhodes was arguably the hottest free agent when he left WWE. People forget that, but this is very true. The American Nightmare played his cards right and ended up being one of the founding fathers of AEW wrestling. Now he's reminding people of his contributions to the promotion. Cody Rhodes took to Instagram stories on Wednesday and posted a message for fans to see. Rhodes didn't name any names, but the message clearly implied that he had had enough of people taking credit for AEW as well as undermining his place in the wrestling business. His message was, "You're clearly doing something right when others try to imitate or even take credit for the things you've created. Don't take it personally. Fans remember, and that's what it's all about. Keep doing the work."
Damn.
So there's this naive sentiment from people. IWC, let's be fucking honest, right? The IWC. And let's forget the semantics and the logistics of like, maybe it was the Young Bucks who said, we need to start our own company, right? And maybe they approached Tony Khan. But there was one person, when AEW was in this formation and being built up, there was one person who hitched a wagon to this company who had everything to lose.
Yeah.
He had all the momentum. He had built up indie cred. This one person was the face of AEW when it was created. You have to understand from a casual fan's point of view, before Chris Jericho signed on, because he was a slightly later addition.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes was the only name that I knew when I heard, hey, there's rumblings, there's this other company that's about to be formed. And they were doing a lot of YouTube promotion, a lot of this stuff. And the only name that I knew was Cody Rhodes. I didn't know who I didn't learn who the Young Bucks were until like a year into the AEW life cycle. They never hit my radar as a casual fan. I get it. IWC, y'all fucking knew who they were. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about from a mass wrestling perspective. There was one person who was integral in building AEW and he had so much to lose. Because let's talk, the Young Bucks had nothing to lose. If AEW doesn't work out, what? They're wrestling in fucking gyms again. They can go back to New Japan Pro. They can be the indie darlings still. That's what they can do. That's the life they're accustomed to. It's not a big deal. And fuck you guys. We could do this dance all y'all want about New Japan Pro, but when you want to be a famous celebrity, you want celebrity from wrestling, you have to be either in WWE or AEW. And before there was an AEW, you had to be in WWE. That's where you got celebrity from being a wrestler. So the Young Bucks had never tasted real celebrity.
Yeah.
So if AEW fails, it's not a big deal. That doesn't hurt them. Then Jericho signs on, right? And Jericho comes in. And for Jericho, this is a fucking win-win situation, right? If AEW takes off and wins, he gets to do exactly what he's doing now. And he gets to go, look, I'm the fucking guy. I am the big deal. But Jericho knew at all points in time that if AEW failed, he could call Vince McMahon and go, I'm ready to come back. I'm ready. So the door was open for Jericho to always walk back into WWE. So that wasn't a problem. There was one person. Cody Rhodes was the only person that if it fucking imploded, everybody would say he's not good enough. He's not good. He can't. And Cody, he won. He survived. He did it. And so it's disrespectful to act, all these IWC people, it's disrespectful to act like Cody Rhodes wasn't the guy. He had the most to lose. He is the founder of AEW. I don't care about logistics. I don't care about who organized. What I care about is who put their fucking name and respect on the line when that company was created. And I get what Chris Jericho's doing here. Like, let's not be naive. Chris Jericho's pushing buttons because he's a bad guy. And to Chris Jericho, there are some people in wrestling who understand that the whole world is wrestling, right? When I walk and go to the grocery store, it's still wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I can cut a promo on anybody at any time and I can create havoc and do whatever. And so Jericho understands that he can manipulate the world and personalities and people. And so Chris Jericho's just doing Chris Jericho. He's just a heel. This is classic Chris Jericho heel work. I just think that, like, as the IWC and the casual fans, we have to be careful. We have to be careful. We have to understand that at the end of the day, we have to give the credit where the credit is really due. Yeah, the Young Bucks, cool. They took a chance, but they had nothing to lose. Jericho had nothing to lose. It was Cody Rhodes that had everything to lose. So give the man his fucking credit. Let's get into some rumors for this week. So this week in the rumor mill, Zero News on Twitter has dropped a little hint that at Survivor Series, I've been saying I thought we were going to get Team Bianca versus Damage Control.
Okay.
And he is now hinting at that's probably not the plan, which is interesting because that led me down some other rabbit holes of if that's not the plan, is Alexa part of other things that we think are coming up? Hopefully, whatever. Yeah. But he believes, or he has inside information that it's Toxic Attraction versus Damage Control, which I'm just as cool with when I think about it. Mandy, Gigi, and JC Jane versus Io, Bailey, and Dakota Kai, and then add 2 to each team. And it'll be a War Games match.
It'd be a cool way to bring up some of the NXT people again.
Yeah, right? There so many ways that you could go with that. There's so many ways you could go with that. So many people that could be added to those factions. So I have no problem with that. I don't think, the Team Bianca thing to me has run its course. I think it's time to let Bianca go on her path. I think that Charlotte's return is imminent. And I do know that Bailey has teased wanting to do another NXT run.
Really?
So, but look at this. She could go down there and feud with Mandy.
Yeah.
And she can cross over. She can do both. I think Bailey's got that kind of motor. So that's interesting, though. Interesting little rumor
I'd like
there.
to see it. I'd be down for that.
There is a rumor from my favorite sports reporter. No, not really. I can't stand the fucker, but he did report. Dave Meltzer reported that Drew McIntyre has overtaken the Bloodline in merchandise sales. There's no concrete proof. He hasn't put out any numbers or statistics. So as far as I'm concerned, still a rumor, but could make sense. I pulled up Drew's merchandise on WWE Shop. He's got quite a bit of merchandise. Drew's over with the fans. The fans like Drew. The only thing that bothers me is when I pull up the front page.
Okay.
You would think if he was number 1.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing you would see, right?
What's the number 1?
So I don't know how they're calculating it. It's the We the One shirt. Yeah. That's the first. It's all over. And then you go to like a 25 years of Kane. The first time you see Drew McIntyre on WWE Shop is you see a hoodie that is part of the fall apparel. There's no...
Or is it that they're pushing the other shirts because they know that people are just going to go and look for his merchandise?
Well, so then I thought this was interesting. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, now that WWE Shop is part of Fanatics, there's a lot of these weird, they do something called like fan cash.
What is that?
Which I think is like bonus points that then you can then cash in. So right now there's a special going on for Drew McIntyre where you get 3 times the fan cash when you order a Drew McIntyre product.
So this is my time to order it.
So that's what's weird about when you go off of WWE merchandise. They're no longer just like a wrestling t-shirt stand. They're now being marketed as a company pushing shirts and like they have marketing strategies to increase sales. I have a hard time believing when I click the Bloodline, right? I click the Bloodline on WWE Shop. They just have so much merchandise. How does anybody outsell them? There's a We the One hoodie. There's a We the One tank top. There's a We the One men's, women's shirt. There's a Usos shirt. There is the Sami Zayn shirt. There is a pink, that's a red One and Done shirt. They just have so many different shirts. How are we calculating?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Or is Drew McIntyre the single? Like, if you're just like, do we equate the Bloodlines merch? Does that get kind of charged to each person?
And what time is he looking at it from? Like overall sales?
Was it just some kind of,
Was it after Clash at the Castle?
Exactly. So that was my next point.
Of course he sold a lot for that.
That was my next point was, is he looking at this spike post Cardiff where maybe every fucking person who went into that 70,000 arena bought a Drew McIntyre shirt?
I would have.
I'd like to see the long-term numbers on this to see like how that worked out. Because I know like in AEW, they're now saying that the Acclaim have the highest selling merchandise, but that makes sense to me, right? They're the hottest thing outside of WWE going on with their whole fucking scissoring shit. It's weird, but people are enjoying it. And so their shirt says like, I'll scissor you or something like that.
I know,
But I understand that. When I look at, like, I try to make sense as like a person who understands business. I don't see, unless it had to be Cardiff, has to be the way they're merchandising. I don't understand how. I mean, has the bloodline just sold through? Because I don't think the bloodline has lost any momentum.
No, because the next thing I told you to get was the Sami
Zayn,
shirt.
right? They dropped a Sami Zayn shirt, and I'm like, I'm going to order that. I'm going to get that shirt.
And they wore that new, like, Polynesian looking shirt.
We the Ones. That's the one they're featuring on the front of the page. So I can't believe that this is any long-term indication of what's going on. But like, shout out to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Because you talk about just like, you got a whole bloodline, and then one motherfucker who's moving merch. Me too. I think he's underrated. When all those PWI lists come out, he gets shit on every fucking time. Last rumor is Fightful is reporting that WWE never had intended Cody Rhodes to have any kind of title run when he returned back to WWE.
Really?
I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling 100% bullshit. The fucking promo he cut night one where he cried, the momentous rise he was having,
that was awesome.
all the way to being the purple titty nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was going to...
just said the purple titty nightmare.
Yes, I said the purple titty nightmare.
I like it.
The purple titty nightmare was going to win a title. Maybe they didn't have it written down anywhere, but he had wrote his name into the fucking, like, whatever it was. The problem is right now, the same thing we've been talking about for the last couple months is there are no titles to give to anybody. The bloodline has everything.
Yeah.
And as long as we can't get those things pulled apart, there are no titles. Like, I get it. Seth Rollins isn't probably scheduled for a title. Should be. Kevin Owens isn't scheduled to be in a title picture. Should be. Cody Rhodes, he was, let's not fucking kid ourselves. After that match, the Hell in the Cell with Seth Rollins and the purple titty, he was the biggest thing in pro wrestling at the moment. It was him and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, trust me. There are Fightful can report whatever the fuck they want, and it may not be written down on any piece of paper, but if Cody Rhodes comes back with the same momentum that he left with, 100% there's title fucking runs in his future. There's possibility he's the fucking guy in WWE.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to come back.
All right, let's talk about the best and worst of the week. So first, let's start off with the best from the week. I'll run some SmackDown stuff here, even though we're like 5 hours from another SmackDown, so this will all feel old by the time people hear this. But I will say that Sammy and Solo Sikoa, that fucking works.
Yeah.
You talk about, they just keep fucking, WWE just keeps hitting gold. Fuck it. We'll do a Sheamus right here. You ready? Fucking Triple H, banger.
Yes.
Banger. Triple H is nailing it right now. And it's just like, I don't even know if this was intentional or if this just fell into their lap and they went, all right, this odd couple works.
Yeah.
And the question I wanted to ask,
okay,
go ahead, and I'll ask you, and then I want people in the comments to answer this. And be objective. Don't overreact to this question, people. Really sit down and think for a minute. Are the Bloodline the most successful faction of all time?
Ooh.
All time. Most successful. Not saying your favorite, not saying the best, but are they the most successful? They've held those tag teams a long time. They've held the dual tag teams a long time.
Yeah.
Roman's going on like 1,000 fucking days as champion. That shit is not heard of in modern wrestling.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is getting over. Paul Heyman doing some of his best work ever. We have to encompass everybody that's here. And Solo Sikoa comes right in, and he's like one of my new favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, so what was cool about him is that like they brought him in, and there was a chance for people not to like him, but even
he slid right in and out.
I'm just like, oh, he's part of the bloodline.
I feel like I've known who Solo was for the last 6 years.
Exactly.
And I had no clue who he was 6 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He just slid right in, and then here we go.
So my question was, you know how Sammy fights with the one twin, and I think it's Jay, right?
It's Jay.
I didn't want to say the wrong name. Was that a plan the whole time to bring in?
Yeah, I think so.
Solo.
Oh, I don't know.
And have them fight.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? That,
maybe.
Like, let's build up this animosity between them because we know that we're going to bring this person in, and then they're going to team up together.
So
That's the stuff WWE does that I'm
it's
like,
all
damn.
shit, and Triple H is kind of playing with, because we know, right? We're all like, when are the Bloodline going to break up? And we also go, oh, this is the seed that's going to break them up, right? Sammy's putting cracks in the foundation, but is he? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't care. It's all enjoyable. Sammy getting that T-shirt 2 weeks ago was like, just
hurt me in my heart.
It was beautiful, right? It was when wrestling makes you almost emotional. It's like, holy shit, they're hitting on fucking chords. It's melodic.
Yeah.
It's musical. It's making you feel something. Damn, they're nailing it with the Bloodline. So that's Sammy and fucking Solo. It's just working.
Yeah.
It's just working. And I love, because it does almost feel real sometimes. It feels like Sammy's trying to get Jimmy and Solo to laugh and break character. And I know Jay is in character, because I have to assume he has no problem with Sami Zayn. He probably loves the guy, right? But Jay does that extremely well. And so it's showing character depth for the Usos, who have always just felt like the Usos.
We're the bad guys.
Well, they always just felt like two guys that were one guy.
Yeah.
There's now a distinct definition between the two of them. There's the one that's kind of chill, and the one that it premeditatively sees that this is causing problems. The other thing I liked this week was, I think Liv and Ronda have sold me on Extreme Rules. And I never fucking, if you asked me 3 or 4 weeks ago when they did that weird sit-down interview in the back, and they were both clearly reading off teleprompters, I thought, this is a nightmare. Liv has done a good job. I'm going to give Liv credit when Liv does a good job. Liv has done a good job jumping off the fucking ring post onto the table. Hey, man, that's not easy to do. That's sketchy. That's scary. And she did it. And she's done a couple fucking things where she's gone off and been a little bit extreme. And I think, to me, right now, at this point in time, this match is make or break for Liv Morgan's career. It really is.
Yeah.
If you go out there and you shit the bed, and this is just what happened? That's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna give Liv any more opportunities as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
That will be it for me. I will establish. But if Liv goes out there, and this is the perfect match, Extreme Rules is because it's an equalizer for her. And if she goes out there and they put on a hell of a show, and it's not bloody, but you know what I mean. It's brutal.
It's
There's
extreme.
a lot, you go it's one of those she just hit her again. If they go put on one of those, and Liv needs to live that thing. This is a Britt Baker moment for Liv Morgan, right? And I know she can't bleed, but if you leave there with bruises and beat down and you leave holding the title, I think I can buy into the Liv Morgan train. I think I can. So I think this is put up or shut up. And I think they've sold it. And here it is. Here's the stage, ladies. Go out there and fucking murder it and Liv. Shut people like me up. Do it. It's time. Go out there and fucking show why you're champion, why you deserve this the whole time. And I will come on here and eat fucking crow next week and give you all the props that you fucking deserve. And I hope she does it. I never am wishing bad against these wrestlers. Once again, Imperium and the Brawling Brutes, they continue to shine. I don't even have to really talk about it, right?
Yeah.
This is why we have to separate the tag team titles.
Yeah.
Because these type of guys, they need something to fight over.
Yeah.
This is perfect and more than even this is why unifying the tag team titles was stupid. I get unifying the heavyweight title. It makes Roman look but it's really not doing anything for the Usos.
No.
They got to figure out a way to get those separated. Like that Shotzi's back in her tank. Shotzi can be a fan favorite. Shotzi's never going to be the best wrestler.
No, but she's
I'm not
fun.
going to say never. That's not fair. But right now, Shotzi's not going to be the most skilled wrestler, but you don't have to be. Yeah. You can also just be
There's
fun.
So much going on right now that she's good just being Shotzi.
You can just be entertaining. That's okay. You can be an entertainer and be extremely successful and maybe she becomes a great wrestler. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she already is. She just hasn't had time to show it. Whatever. But the tank is why did we fucking take away the tank in the first place?
I don't know. Dumb shit.
And then the last thing that I think I liked this week and that I have to give extreme props to is Riddle allowing Seth Rollins to bleed his personal life into this feud.
Yeah.
Has made this seem and feel extremely real.
Yes.
And it has... Seth Rollins should be thankful because it has given him an element of heel work once again that just takes him to another level. And Riddle should be commended because that's not shit you have to involve.
No. No, I agree. We've done one time the douchebaggery awards.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff,
that was
but
when
like,
we were trying to fucking figure things
I
out.
agree, but like,
As far as like talking about Riddle as a wrestler, I'm not talking about Riddle as a person. I'm talking about Riddle as a wrestler. This like you have to commend this guy because basically he's giving his entire life for our entertainment.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking do that. We do not deserve that by any means. But the fact that he's doing that, well,
I think it also allowed a part of him to come out as a character for me that like I was just saw him as the doofy like, hey bro.
So 100%. You get behind like who he is and you start to empathize with who he is a little bit. I agree. The worst part of wrestling this week is I still don't understand what the fuck Hit Row is. And that's not like they're.
I don't not like them, but I agree. I just asked her like,
where are they headed? What are they doing?
do?
Are they a rap group?
Do they just have parties?
What's her name?
I think it starts with a V.
I don't remember her name. Fuck. But what like is she gonna wrestle or is she just a rapper, a part of the group? And it's like,
and it's okay. I just want to know.
This is not their fault.
No,
this is WWE. Did they come from NXT?
I thought so, yes, because we saw
them.
They did
come from NXT.
And then they had that weird concert.
But here's the problem. If Triple H still has to understand, there are people like me who is educated in wrestling, but I'm not an NXT person. I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to know about Hit Row yet.
Yes.
Like, I know they're fighting with Maximum Male Models, but what for? They're getting put over.
They needed to introduce us to them somehow, or like give us some story.
They need purpose. What is their goals? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to be tag team champions, or is it just to beat up the male models? Like, I need more. I don't understand. I like them. I don't know why I like them.
They're entertaining.
And so when I call this the worst is it's just some of this is just a little repetitive in that, like, I don't know what. Give me just a little bit of information of what are they trying to obtain. Still think Alexa Bliss is being misused.
Yep.
Hopefully there is some White Rabbit connotation between her and Bray Wyatt or something, because I just still think, and I saw her get into a bunch of shit, and I'm not going to go real deep into this because I am that person that she is arguing with. I am a person who gets on the internet, gives my opinions, and still can't understand why the wrestlers give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Right? I understand. Like, I'm going to call out the negative when I see the negative. And my biggest goal here is to talk positive as much as possible. I'm going to say things I don't like. And then hopefully that people like my opinion enough and it gets around. And then they can build on what I say if they choose to. And if they don't, I don't give a shit. But Alexa Bliss got into a fight with a fan who said something she shouldn't be main eventing. Why the fuck do you care what this person said?
Yeah.
Why would you care what I say? I don't fucking know. I'm just giving my opinion. There is a thing to me that wrestlers just gotta fucking stop listening to what people say.
I agree.
You guys are the best at what you do. Mm-hmm. I have no argument there. It's always the argument, right? When you talk shit about the guy who's like the 12th man on a basketball team in the NBA, he's still 100 times better than every other person who plays basketball. Yeah. I'm just here talking and being super critical about people who are the best at what they do. Mm-hmm. That does never get lost on me. Alexa Bliss is one of the best professional wrestlers in the business. I may say, oh, she did this wrong. And I'm on Alexa Bliss's side, but I'm saying I don't understand why. And it can get nagging as even like a content creator, people continue to say shit, but I learned quickly, fuck them. They can't do what I do.
Yeah.
And if they can't do what I do, then they don't get a fucking opinion. Same as I can just sit here and talk all day and they shouldn't really give a shit. I'm not making content so the wrestlers will acknowledge who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
I'm making content so other people like me can listen and we can converse and nerd out on professional wrestling. Yeah. And the wrestlers have to understand. Sammy Guevara gets into it with fans. Now it looks like Alexa Bliss.
I just would stay off fucking social media.
Well, but you need social media to build your character.
But what I'm saying is like the comment section, like
it's hard.
Run it.
It's hard. It's hard. I mean, but run it. What do you mean? You have someone else run it? It's not that easy.
I don't know.
Someone else can't be you.
I guess that's true.
We got no KO, didn't like that. And I struggle to say this because I've said this a couple times. I said this with the White Rabbit, but I'm going to say it with Dexter Lumis. And maybe I have a little bit of attention deficit when it comes to wrestling. But the Dexter Lumis is starting to fatigue me. It's beginning.
Okay.
Because we're now like 6 or 7 weeks from the first abduction where it surprised the shit out of us, right? Where he was showing up in the crowd and we didn't know why. Now he's just abducting Miz for no reason, it appears, and giving him characters and breaking into his house. And it's past the point of wrestling, and it's now begun comedic. And this is what happens, right? This is what happens with wrestling stories. When you don't give us the answer, we start to create answers ourselves, and now it's starting to get funny. And if it's intended to be funny, cool. That's awesome. I thought there was more there. I thought Dexter Lumis was going to be kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But Johnny Gargano kind of made it, oh, Dexter, right? It was like, oh, that's just who he is. That didn't feel right. Leaving the like characters doesn't feel right. I don't think at this point he's part of the White Rabbit thing, unless he's like going to be some kind of doofy addition to the group. But it does, like, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy it.
I thought it was supposed to be comedic, right?
Like, so you do, like, you're taking that as comedic. See, I didn't at first.
I thought it's like he's a creepy guy who, I mean, because
But the initial abduction
was supposed to be scary.
When he pulls him out of the crowd and drags him out, and then like we didn't know what happened or where Miz went, I thought that was supposed to feel like more creepy than comedic. But if you're taking it as comedic, then maybe I've missed the whole fucking point of this.
Because to me, that's what I kind of think it's funny.
So if it's meant to be comedic, cool. They're nailing it.
Where is he going to pop up next?
This 100% could be
like a Where's Waldo.
This could have been my expectations being wrong. Probably is, now that you talk about it like that. My expectations were probably wrong. I wanted this to be serious, and this may have a comedic element. That's interesting. Right. I missed it. That's it for that. Topic of the week.
Yes, sir.
Topic of the week. I just want to talk a little bit because I think this is our last chance about the White Rabbit. Okay. I think tomorrow we figure out like the veil will be pulled back and we're not going to get to talk about this anymore. But Connor Casey at comicbook.com had an article about WWE just hired a new creative team member who has direct connections to Bray Wyatt in the MCU. So it's starting to I think it's starting to become safe to assume we know who the White Rabbit is. I believe it's Bray Wyatt. You have to believe at this point. You correct me if I'm wrong. If the White Rabbit isn't Bray Wyatt, like, the people are going to go crazy.
Yes.
There's
Who
almost,
the fuck else could it be?
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point,
it would be a letdown.
You almost like, and WWE has to know that, right? They have to be conscious enough to know we've let this go so far. It has to be Bray Wyatt. Now, in what shape, form, fashion is it Bray Wyatt? Who's going to come along for the ride? When is it officially Bray Wyatt? I don't know. But if it's not Bray Wyatt, this is the most upset a crowd's going to be since the gobbledygoobler. Since the fucking egg cracked and it was a turkey. Like, that's what this is going to be.
You showed me that.
Yeah. So like, to me, it's safe to assume from a marketing standpoint, from a business standpoint, I look at this and I go, it can't be anybody else. The payoff from all the goodwill you've gotten, because this is the most talked about thing. We put up a video where we talk about the White Rabbit and it fucking does well. Doesn't matter if we're just talking about a white rabbit on the fucking side of the road, it still does well. So this is, and WWE hasn't had to do anything but put QR codes up.
Yeah. And
they're selling merchandise. So at this point, it has to be Bray Wyatt. But I will say this, I'm done following the clues. I'm done.
I just want to look it up afterwards.
And that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But the shit was fun, but I'm not going to research the Predator language. That's it. That's why I draw the line.
That's crazy.
And this has to be Bray Wyatt. He's the only person who takes this to that level, that deep, who goes that far, and is like, you have to decipher and you have to call phone calls and you have to play it backwards. And like, that's, hey man, you're not paying me to figure this shit out. So I'm done. And that's okay. There's a million other people who are going to figure this out. I'm not even scanning the code anymore. I just immediately jump to some website and say, what the fuck did that mean?
Thank you.
I'm not deciphering military phonetics. I'm not doing it right. And it spells out Bianca Belair. I'm not going to sit and rack my fucking brain about why it says Bianca Belair. I'm not going to research the songs to Aleister Black's fucking theme song. I'm not going to unscramble fucking codes that lead to Gacy. This is obviously meant to take us down 400 different rabbit holes and drive us crazy. And he fucking nailed it. He nailed it, right? Not gonna lose my shit when fucking Gacy comments during Grayson Waller's Instagram live on fucking NXT a white rabbit. These people are all fucking with us now.
Yes.
Becky Lynch posted on social media a fucking whale cracker that's shaped as a rabbit. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not playing anymore, and that's okay. I'm not. I'm jokingly aggravated. I said my fatigue had set in, but it's not. I've just learned how to deal with this. I'm not figuring out the clues anymore. I'm not playing.
Exactly.
Everybody else could do it. I will get online and see what I'm missing. I'm going to enjoy this one from the far. And we can talk about it every week, and we can go through all the clues that everybody discovered. But this has been a beautiful build to whatever we get. But if it's not Bray Wyatt, fuck the WWE. I mean, it has to be at this point, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else? Is there anybody else that the White Rabbit could be that this doesn't sting?
No.
That this doesn't hurt?
No.
That this doesn't cause fucking complete commotion?
Fuck no.
Nobody, right? There's nobody.
No.
It could be The Rock, I think, at this point, and we would not be okay with it.
Yeah.
It has to be Bray Wyatt. It has to be.
Yeah. I agree.
Now, do I want to play the game of who I think is going to be a part of it? Sure, I'll play that game. I think that this is based off no fucking research. This might be a hit list we're getting. These names.
Okay.
Stay with me for a second. What if the White Rabbit, this character makes sense. Alexa Bliss could turn on Bianca Belair at Extreme Rules.
Okay.
In her match, cost her the title. Could be interesting, right?
Okay.
The Belair is a warning for Bianca Belair that Alexa Bliss is a hit list. Gacy was one of them, right?
Yes.
I don't think Gacy, Cameron Grimes, who is a very interesting character in NXT, has nothing to do, would fit very well with a Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
And so all these names, there's other ones, but I wonder, Tommaso Ciampa's been missing for a little bit, and he's got kind of a fairy tale twist thing going on. So what if Tommaso Ciampa? Imagine a faction, a serious faction, with Bray Wyatt, Cameron Grimes, Alexa Bliss, and Tommaso Ciampa. I like it.
Me too.
I could get behind it. Mm-hmm. It's not happening. That's completely wild and fucking speculation, but that's me throwing. So every so often as a content creator, you got to throw something real wild out. Right?
But what if?
And if it fucking hits,
what if?
it hits, I show up here next week. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
I mean, there's been a couple things that you said.
I've done it a couple times. I've done it a couple times where I've said real wild shit and it came true. And I'm just like, oh, I'm going to eat this shit up.
Yep.
I'm going to eat this shit up next week.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do our pay-per-view predictions. I am the champion still.
For now.
I know, still. And still world champion. So let's do our predictions. Let's get through this.
Didn't have to be very
long. Take a long time.
Yeah.
What time are we at right now?
59.
Perfect. We're heading to the end of this thing here. Liv versus Ronda Rousey. Who do you have? You have on here.
Ronda.
You can see the doc, right? Okay, because I don't want you to change it. I get worried that you try to change based on my thing.
Don't look at yours. I picked mine off my feelings.
I'm going Liv Morgan.
Going Ronda.
I think that so what I said earlier is what I truly believe. I have a problem. There's hypocrisy, right? If Ronda wins this after giving the whole I don't need the title speech.
But then why do we have her fucking fighting for titles is my problem then, right? If she's just not ever going to win again?
Because of legitimacy. Because I do believe she likes Liv Morgan. And I believe that people like myself have shit all over Liv Morgan. Fairly and unfairly. Okay? And I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. This is that moment for Liv Morgan. And I believe if there's any person who gives you credibility, I said it, it was Shayna Baszler. Mm-hmm. She beat Shayna. They didn't give her the credibility in that match.
Yeah.
But if she comes out and her and Ronda put on a banger, this can be that moment that elevates Liv to where I have to come on next week and go, I get it. Mm-hmm. I understand it. I'm behind it. Look, I'm predicting because I believe Triple H has once again figured out a way to fix things that were broken. And I believe after that promo where she got booed and things didn't go her way, that she has slowly but surely figured out a way to correct some of the things that were wrong. Uh-huh. She's doing a little better. And I believe that a good match here will give her the credibility she needs going forward to to flush out that character and figure it out. And if it's more of an extreme Liv Morgan, I think that works. So I'm going Liv Morgan. I just don't. If we go back to Ronda, it's too early. I do believe like at WrestleMania, we're going to get Ronda and Becky Lynch, but I think this is too early.
All right.
Bianca versus Bayley. Who do you have?
Bianca.
So I wrote Bianca here, and I think I might have talked myself out of it with the Alexa Bliss shit, but I'm going to stay Bianca because I don't think
they're ready to give Bayley the title just yet. She has more to do in her story and her.
I also think that the Toxic Attraction makes sense. I think a little bit of a run in NXT makes sense. I think Bayley could be NXT Women's Champion.
Okay.
I think she could go back down and live in that world for a little bit. I don't think Bayley gives a fuck where she is as long as she's entertaining, and that's really cool.
Yeah,
I agree. That's really cool about Bayley. I also think that Bianca is headed on a path with Charlotte. That's where this is ultimately going, right? For WrestleMania. So I think the best way to present that story is a year-long title run of Bianca Belair. I don't think you can take it away now.
No, you have to give her some legitimacy.
She needs legitimacy. She's going to need to just kind of run through people up until WrestleMania. So I'm going Bianca. We're both Bianca there. And that's my evidence for why. All right, so here we have a little bit of a difference. Seth Rollins versus Riddle in a fight pit.
All right.
You have
Rollins.
I have Riddle. So help me here, because I believe that I want Rollins to win, but I've said it over and over. Rollins is a guy who can lose every match and come out of it somehow, and I believe he benefited the most from the loss. Mm-hmm. He's the best loser WWE has. Why would Seth Rollins need to win this match? I don't get it. Because I think Riddle needs to win this match.
Well, I want him to win, number one. But also, I just feel like he just continuously loses. Like he needs.
But he beat Riddle last time.
But still, I feel like
he's been stomping the shit out of everybody.
He needs this. He needs this, in my opinion. It could just be because I love Seth Rollins and I want Seth Rollins to win. And which is so weird because I used to be a total RK bro.
RK ho.
Who said that? But then I was like, okay, I'm not a hoe. So, but yes, that's what they. Never mind. But anyways, so yeah, I think it's just because I like Rollins and I want Rollins to win. And that was my first reaction, so I went with it.
So you're speaking with your heart.
Yes.
And I'm speaking with my mind here when I say I think it's Riddle's time. I don't think he can afford a loss in a fight pit. I think this is where he gets to finally kind of be brutal.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I agree.
I'm excited for that one.
Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre. This is one that I will tell you I have no real idea where they go with this.
I just honestly picked Kross because he's the newer one, so
Me
I feel
too.
like they.
And I think he needs, if they're going to build any kind of character out of Karrion Kross, he has to beat Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
right.
There was no feeling in this one for me.
He can cheat, and I imagine that it's going to be.
There's probably going to be some fucking fireballs or dust thrown or something.
Yeah, 100% that I think this is Karrion Kross. So winning is the scary thing here because he could get disqualified and Drew McIntyre could win, and that works too. But I'm going Kross as well. I believe Kross needs to come out of this looking strong. Whereas Drew McIntyre always looks fucking strong. And Drew McIntyre can be cheated out of the win.
Yes, and come back.
Next we have Edge versus Finn Balor. This is one I look at my pick and I don't know how it's going to happen. You go ahead and say yours. Your
Edge.
And I picked Finn Balor. And I just I keep betting on the fact that at some point,
what if he comes as a demon?
That would be interesting. That would be actually really cool. I think it would be cool.
Then I would take
like
back
a
my thing a
purple
little
demon
bit.
would be really cool. I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I don't see Edge saying I quit. So I don't know how I get to Finn Balor winning other than I think
Judgment Day.
I think Finn, and maybe they just hold him down and fake it or something, or they have to win though. They have to. If the Judgment Day, if Finn Balor loses this match, I've lost all faith in the Judgment Day at this point.
Yeah.
They have to win. They have to cheat their way to win.
I might be taking mine back a little bit, but I'm going to stick with Edge because that was my first decision.
I just don't see Edge saying I quit, though.
For sure see them cheating somehow and doing that.
I agree.
Maybe Finn Balor will turn into a leprechaun.
And then we have the Brawling Brutes versus the Imperium. We both have Imperium here. Yeah. And I'm going to take over on this real quick. I have a wild prediction, and this is for tonight, and this won't make any TikToks or anything, but I want this on some kind of recording. I think Sheamus wins the IC title tonight. I think he
Really?
wins it. Yeah, I don't think Gunther has to. Gunther doesn't need a consecutive run with that belt. He can win it back at any time. And there's like he doesn't lose any legitimacy from losing that belt to Sheamus. Sheamus has never won the IC title. It will complete the Triple Crown or whatever you call it for Sheamus. So it will be a big deal when Sheamus wins it. It also makes the match at if Imperium, like if Gunther wins tonight, what does the match really matter tomorrow? But let's say that Gunther loses, then it's a grudge match tomorrow and it's a fucking war. Because now he wants his belt back. And then we're going to probably get a trilogy match of Sheamus and Gunther. Right? Does that make sense to you?
No, I definitely get what you're saying. So I
think Sheamus wins tonight. And I think Imperium wins tomorrow. And I think that at Crown Jewel, we're going to get Sheamus versus Gunther in a fucking bloodbath where Gunther wins back his title. It'll be a short run for Sheamus. But Sheamus is winning tonight. I think he wins tonight.
That would make sense.
I really think Sheamus wins tonight. Let's talk about Wrestling Fantasy League. This week, this final score was 1,090 to 926. You did not report that you wanted to make any changes to your roster, so you still are. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Kevin Owens, Liv Morgan, Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, Sheamus, Dexter Lumis, Karrion Kross, Madcap Moss, Theory. That Montez Ford, there's a boot on his foot.
Why do I have a blank spot in my...
It's bad numbering.
Oh,
you should only have 12 people.
Okay, that's what happened.
Blank 6.
That's why I was trying to log on. That's why I wasn't ignoring you. I was looking at my thing. I was like, damn, what did I do? Yes, I thought I forgot somebody, and then I was like, I need to add them.
It was just the formatting of the document.
Yeah.
I still have Dakota Kai, Bayley, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Ronda Rousey, Raquel Rodriguez, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Gunther, Sami Zayn, and Solo Sikoa. I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. Based on the things I just said, this is not looking good. Sheamus wins the IC title tonight. That's big points. I just said Liv Morgan's going to beat Ronda Rousey. There are big points for your future here. I think Bianca Belair is going to win. I think Karrion Kross is going to win. I see all of those fucking names on your side of the roster.
I told you I was staying strong with my people. I went back and forth in my mind like 10 times. I was planning on changing people tonight, maybe doing something.
The top scores of the week were Drew McIntyre scored 56 on SmackDown, Gargano 37, Bayley 33, Owens 32, Sheamus 32, Rousey 30, Solo 30, Sami Zayn 26, Ashante, Adonis, and Top Dollar both 20. We're both sleeping on Hit Row.
Yeah.
There's points to be had there with Hit Row.
We'll see.
That we're leaving on the table every week. On Raw, we got Dakota Kai, 74. That's keeping me alive. Io Sky, 67. Bayley, 57. Otis, 36. We're sleeping on Otis, both of us. The Alpha Academy. Damian Priest, 35. Finn Balor, 35. What the fuck are we doing?
Something not right.
Yeah, because neither of us have any of these fucking people, and we are not. I'm going to go relook at my roster as soon as we turn this off. Bianca Belair, 34. Lashley, 25. Strowman, 25. Solo Sikoa, 25.
This is why the new draft will be fun.
Yeah. So we're drafting Sunday. But this, with 13 people, is going to be fun.
That's what I said, because you're not going to get all the bangers.
You're going to have one guy that you can really rely on.
Yeah.
And I think I saw the draft order. It was random. I'm like 7th, which is not good.
Yeah,
I don't remember where you were.
I don't know.
Anything else to add?
No, I'm excited for Extreme Rules.
Starting next week, I'm going to do a soft test of the news. It's not official. It will have problems. Do not judge this show or this channel based on what happens next week. I have not gone live in a long time. So it'll be a lot of testing and figuring out and just playing around. And like what I want is by November to be up and running official. The channel, everything. So we'll do it that way.
Okay.
This has been another episode of the CWC Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to tune in every week, either on YouTube or Spotify, and please leave us comments on the video. Also, make sure to follow us on TikTok if you don't already. And starting next week, every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Central United States time, I will be live with Casual Wrestling Daily. Tune in, join the chat. We can interact and talk about all the wrestling news. But as always, I am the Notorious Nerdy D. That is Level Up Lauren. And you can ring our final bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Step in the ring, if you ready, let's go. Hey, casual wrestling community show. You already know, talking WWE. Keep it rolling and hosted by Notorious Nerdy D. Don't be sure that you gon' find. Tune in, cause it's